For almost as long as civilization itself, mankind has coveted one thing in particular. Well, a few things, but specifically in this case, gold. And gold is king in Red Dead Online. Today, I'm going to share some ways for you to earn gold. Now, bear in mind, it's very grindy. But if you stick with it, you will be able to make a pretty decent amount of gold on a regular basis. But it's not some overnight scheme, not no make gold quick. It's a long, slow process that is eventually rewarding if you stick with it. So there's several ways that we can earn gold in Red Dead Online. But the question you're probably asking yourself, well, what all do I need gold for? Now, there's a difference between need and want. For example, there are certain gold-only items in the game, like some specific hats that are gold-only, that the stores will only give you a hat for gold, or other clothing items like coats, vests, etc. The gun medals at the gun store, so if you want to put gold or even silver or different metal types when you're customizing your guns at the gunsmith, that all costs you gold. Then a few horses at the stables are also gold exclusive, like the Black Arabian, for example, and one of the Turkmens is a gold exclusive. I think it's ironically the silver Turkmen that is gold only. And I think there's a couple more horses as well. But specifically, what you will, quote-unquote, need gold for in Red Dead Online are the roles, as well as the Outlaw Pass, if you wish to partake in the Outlaw Pass. First, let's talk about the roles. So we currently have 4 roles in the game at the time that I recorded this gold guide. We have the Trader role, Bounty Hunter role, as well as Collector role. Now, in order to get started with these 3 roles, each one will cost you 15 bars of gold. Now, the newest role, the Moonshiner role, will require you to first and foremost be a trader. Now, if you notice at the bottom of the screen, it says unlock for 5 bars of gold. Buyer beware on this one, because it's also going to cost you an additional 25 bars of gold in order to be a Moonshiner. So if you want to try and take it the quick and easy route via gold, it's going to cost you 30 bars of gold instead of 25. So what you want to do is reach Trader rank 5 first before you end up going off to do the Moonshiner role. Now, you don't have to reach Trader rank 5. All you have to do, at the very least, is do 1 sell mission for crypts in the Trader role, and that also will give you the ability to be introduced to Maggie Fike at Emerald Ranch, and then you'll have the ability to spend 25 bars of gold in order to be the Moonshiner. But if you're just starting out, these are the 3 roles that you want to focus on first before you go to the Moonshiner. So the Moonshiner is an extension of Trader, and Bounty Hunter is the only role of these 3 which will also earn you gold as you do bounties and legendary bounties, FYI. So, the other thing that you will need gold for, potentially, if you're interested in all the exclusive content that you get through the Outlaw Passes, is 40 bars of gold for Outlaw Pass 2. Now, the deadline to reach rank 100 in the Outlaw Pass is March 10th, 2020. So you may end up watching this guide, past that point, but it will also be the same thing for a future Outlaw Pass, say Outlaw Pass 3. Now, Outlaw Pass 2 costed 40 bars of gold. Now, the great news is you do ultimately get your bars of gold back incrementally through the Outlaw Pass. As you rank up, you will get those bars of gold back. And what's even better is you can simply wait till you reach rank 100 before you spend those 40 bars of gold. If you don't have the 40 bars of gold right now, or you simply just want to first and foremost, get to rank 100 with the Club Pass as well as the Outlaw Pass. This is the free one, by the way. This is the one that will cost you money. All these items are exclusive. So once you reach rank 100, you can just drop your 100 bars of gold then, and you would automatically unlock everything from rank 1 to rank 100 via the Outlaw Pass, or whatever the future Outlaw Passes happen to be. Now, in order to claim any sort of gold rewards that you may receive, you got to go to benefits, and over here, eventually, as you get like XP rewards, money rewards, other rewards, including the gold rewards back in 5-bar increments. This is where you would go to claim your gold, your money, as well as any XP or any other items that you could claim through the benefits, but specifically gold bars that you would end up getting rewarded by Rockstar. Sometimes they do that through login rewards, as well as via the Outlaw Pass. Now, a quick FYI, 100 nuggets equals 1 bar of gold. So right now I technically have 507 nuggets of gold, or 5 bars of gold and 7 nuggets for my PC character Emmett McFly. I'm a Back to the Future fan. Okay, so let's talk about how you can earn gold in the game. We're going to start with the best ways, and then we'll work our way down to the worst way. And at the end, my advice. So daily challenges, in my opinion, are the best way to ultimately earn gold. Now, if you are able to do all the daily challenges, you will get an additional bonus every day, but you're not required to do all the daily challenges every day in order to keep your streak alive. As long as you do at least one daily challenge, then you can keep the streak going. And you definitely want to keep your streak going, because as the streak goes on, you will end up getting even more gold per daily challenge. You start off with 20 nuggets per daily challenge, and ultimately when you reach 28 days plus, you will receive half a bar of gold per daily challenge. And on the 28th day, you also get a complimentary treasure map. And the good news is, if you miss a streak and you have to start over again, when you get back up to 28 days, you get another treasure map. So it's only like one time per 28 days. So if you have to start over, it happens, especially with the reset bugs on occasion. So yeah, you want to definitely get up to 28 plus days, like beyond 28 days, like 50 days, 100 days, etc. And that is how you're definitely going to make a lot of gold in the game ultimately. So currently I have Emmett on a 2-day streak, so you can always be mindful on that when you look at the streaks. And there are 2 sets of daily challenges. You have your general daily challenges. Sometimes they're pretty simple, like going to your wardrobe or the wardrobe in clothing stores and just changing your belt buckle. Or like picking plants like some common bulrush. Or visiting locations like Brandywine Drop. For those of you that like fishing, sometimes there's fishing ones. Like today there's a smallmouth bass daily. It changes every now and then. Sometimes you have to catch a certain number of specific fish, or you have to catch like 10 fish in general, or like 5 unique fish. And there's also hunting dailies that will pop up in general. Today it's skinning 2 iguanas. And then there's also some PvP ones as well. Let's see, finish a showdown in the shootout series. 5 non-player enemies lassoed from horseback. That one's pretty easy. All you really got to do is just piss off some enemies, or come across enemy NPCs that are red dots. Even lawmen count. And just simply lasso them off your horse. You do 5 of those, then you get some sweet daily challenge gold for that. So they do fluctuate, and there's variations of the general daily challenges. But each one of these will currently get Emmett 20 nuggets of gold. So I catch 3 smallmouth bass, I get 20 nuggets. Then 40 nuggets, 60 nuggets, 80 nuggets, a bar of gold for doing all these, because that's 5 total. You get the idea. Plus, if I do all 7 of these, then I get a little multiplier reward for actually doing all the general daily challenges. And when you have a roll, it also unlocks roll daily challenges, additional daily challenges for you to use. And like I mentioned, do not feel any obligation to do all the daily challenges. If there's one that comes up you don't want to do, you don't have to do it. But you will get gold for your trouble. Sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth, especially with PvP if you're not into PvP like me, if you prefer PvE. But, I mean, for the roles, as you unlock each role, like we mentioned, Trader, Bounty Hunter, Collector, the newest one, Moonshiner, you will get some additional role daily challenges that you can do as well that will award you gold along with XP. For each daily challenge you do, whether it's a general or a role daily challenge, you will get 200 XP, which is great towards ranking up those specific roles as well as your main rank, and it also goes towards the club and outlaw passes when it comes to ranking up. So this is the best way to earn gold in the game, doing the daily challenges, as many as you can do every day, and you will see your streak go up from right here to 20 nuggets of gold, and eventually once you get to 28 days plus with the streak, you'll be receiving 50 nuggets, a half a bar of gold per every single daily challenge that you do. So you can see that in time you can definitely earn a lot of gold in Red Dead Online through the daily challenges. Speaking of the belt buckles, so some of you are probably wondering, well, how do I get a collection of belt buckles in the game? And it's quite simple. You just play the game. There's a variety of activities that you can do that can not only earn you belt buckles, but some of those belt buckles can also reap gold. That's right. So you have the belt buckles for the roles like Moonshiner, Bounty Hunter, Collector, Trader, future roles. And then you have the original role buckles that you're going to acquire by doing a variety of activities. Now, some of these roles, once you get to, for example, say, Sharpshooter, kill, 1,000 enemies with a pistol or a revolver, repeater, rifle, sniper rifle, shotgun, you get the idea. You'll be awarded a buckle, and for a lot of these awards, you can actually reset the award. Now, when you reset the award, you get to keep the buckle, but you also get 40 nuggets for some of the belt buckle awards that you have the ability to reset. So with my PC character, I have yet to get any of these specific belt buckles that I can reset, so I can't really show you that. But for the ones that you can reset, every time you reset it, it starts the process over, and you get 40 nuggets of gold each time you reset it. There is a maximum amount of times you can reset a specific award to 10, so you can reset it to 10 belt buckles, which is awesome. You also earn XP by doing these various awards, so you can always go through the award section and see how your progress is going. So as you can tell, I've earned this trade award as well as this trade award. Now, with these two trade awards, they're not resettable, obviously, because it doesn't give me the option to reset them. Now, I have reset this trade award, so if you spend $1,000, it would allow me to reach level 2 with this specific trade award. Then I could reset it, and then I would get an additional 40 nuggets of gold, and I can do that up to say level 10 for this specific belt, and for a few other belts as well. So you can notice that some of these belts say reset award, and those are the ones you can reset up to 10 total. The ones that don't have it are just one-time awards. You can get all these buckles if you want to get the entire collection eventually. There's obviously different categories, and like I said, some of these can be reset, some cannot be reset. But the ones that can be reset, you can do them over and over again up to 10 times, and each time you will get XP as well as 40 nuggets per reset. Now, the next best way you can earn gold in Red Dead Online is through treasure maps, and you will receive treasure maps here and there. And sometimes whenever you rank up, every 5 ranks, you will receive another treasure map. And you can either go to a local post office, or you can go back to your camp via the lockbox at your camp in order to retrieve treasure maps, and sometimes through the benefit page as well. That's where you can also get the treasure maps that you end up getting as rewards through the Outlaw Pass. And there's other ways that you can find treasure maps besides ranking up every 5 ranks, as well as random rewards from Rockstar and the Outlaw Pass. There's also dynamics that will appear throughout the map, and you'll see a lot of different types of dynamics. Two specific ones to be mindful for is usually like somebody like standing on a rock or a ledge or a cliff. And usually they're treasure hunters. Sometimes they're friendly treasure hunters. They're NPCs, by the way. And they'll offer to sell you a treasure map for like $5. Or they'll be hostile towards you when you approach. Either way, they have a treasure map on them. Do as you will. With the friendly ones, you can buy the treasure map from them for $5. You always get your money back, by the way. Or you could be dishonorable and just kill every single treasure hunter you happen to come across, take their map, and then go search for the treasure. And occasionally you'll be riding around. You'll see a tree, as I have a few times. And it's really good at night. So you'll see like a tree with a lantern on the ground illuminating the tree. And then you'll walk up to the tree, and then you'll see like a treasure map up against the tree with like a knife on it. And that's another treasure map dynamic. You can simply just pull the treasure map off the tree, and there you go. You have another treasure map for you to go and look at. So real quick, just going to show you how it works, where the treasure maps come from, or where they end up going in your inventory. You go into Satchel, then you go to treasure maps, then you select which treasure you want to do. And I always be mindful of the different locations of the map. Learn what this is and what that is on the map. But if you are still a novice when it comes to the map of Red Dead Online, fear not. Whenever you select the treasure map you want to do, in whatever order you wish to do it in, it will open like this. And then it will put a yellow dot on the map as your search area. Now, just because there's an icon right here, that does not mean that the treasure map is going to be right here. It could be over here, it could be over there, it could be over here, for example. But I decided to be in close proximity to this treasure map just to walk you through some of the additional tips and tricks when it comes to treasure map hunting. So once you have a treasure map open, you go to it wherever it happens to be. You can fast travel to it if it happens to be like across the map. Just find the nearest, most convenient, fast travel post, and then travel to the location of the treasure map search area. And then once you get to the search area, like the Blue Water Marsh is one of the more interesting ones because there's often alligators here. So always be mindful of predators and NPCs and other players. Now the good news is you're the only one that can get that particular treasure, so you don't have to worry about NPCs or players stealing your treasure, whether it's in a treasure chest or a treasure lockbox. It's yours, so you don't have to worry about other players coming along and stealing from you when it comes to the treasure in your treasure chest, treasure lockbox. Now, as you ride around, if you're using a controller, now if you're using a keyboard, I have no idea. I mean, I doubt your keyboard vibrates. But one of the telltale signs that will indicate that you're heading in the right direction in the search area is your controller will start to vibrate. So my thing is I usually just run around the search area. Like I'll just move around in different directions until eventually it starts vibrating. And you always have to be mindful of the wildlife in the game. This is one reason why I'm not a fan of the Blue Water Marsh. Anything you happen to kill, you can always skin and keep the meat for cooking. Also, meat will come up for daily challenges. And I did do a meats guy video, FYI. And you definitely want to do the meats because meats are beneficial for your cores, especially whenever you season them with like mint, oregano, or creeping thyme. But you also have cooking dailies that will pop up as well that will award you the XP as well as the nuggets of gold, whether it is 20 nuggets or 50 nuggets, depending on how far along your daily challenge streak happens to be. There's actually a dynamic over there, by the way, like I was talking about. Like you'll see these white dots pop up. Let's see, okay, it's not appearing here. Okay, there it is. So be mindful when you're riding around for these white dots because they could be just about anything. There's different types of dynamics, so that's what you always want to be the lookout for, whether it's the mini-map, the radar, or on the main map itself. It's always in close proximity. So meanwhile, as we continue to look for our treasure, like I mentioned, as you get closer to it, you will start to feel your controller vibrate. once again, if you happen to be using a controller. So when it starts vibrating, just start trying to head in a certain direction. And the closer you get, the faster your controller will vibrate, especially if you have like a Xbox One controller or a PS4. On PC, I like to use a controller. So I have an Xbox One controller on PC. Because, I'm not really into the mouse and keyboard scene, but to each their own. So once again, I don't know how that would help any of you that would be playing the game with a mouse or keyboard. But you can also use Eagle Eye, because eventually, as you get close enough, you will see like a gold plume above the treasure. So that is another telltale sign. So I think we're getting close to it. And in each of these spots, there's always, it randomly generates. So it's not always going to be like right here. Like for this time around, it appeared here for me in Blue Water Marsh for this specific treasure map. But it is kind of RNG. There are different spots in each location where it may appear. So let's see what we got for our reward. Claiming our reward for the treasure map, we got some XP. We got, let's see, not bad. We got $120. Plus, we got 139 nuggets of gold, which is basically a bar and 39 nuggets. So 1 bar, 39 nuggets for the treasure map. Now we move on to some other quick ways that you can earn gold while grinding in Red Dead Online. You can also earn XP as well as money doing these as well. So let's start off with the stranger missions. You'll find honorable and dishonorable stranger missions throughout the map of Red Dead Online. And it's this icon right here. So if you see any of these icons nearby, you can do them solo or you can do them with friends. My advice is if you ever do a dishonorable one that has a player or posse assassination, avoid those, because usually the target will just simply leave the map, or they may prove to be too strong for you to take out. You get rewarded nothing for your trouble. And to be honest, I don't really care for those anyways. So I would avoid doing the player posse assassinations if they ever pop up. But all the other ones are all right. The caravan escort, a lot of them are like retrieving wagons, dealing with enemy NPCs. There's some searchers, some hunting ones as well that'll pop up occasionally. But as you can tell, there are stranger missions throughout the map of Red Dead Online, from down here in Lemoyne all the way up here to various parts of the map, all the way over here at O'Cree's Run. Back in Valentine, there's probably a few. So yeah, I mean, Flatneck Station has one. So yeah, you can pretty much get the idea that there are plenty of stranger missions around the map for you to go and grind for XP, money, as well as gold. Along with the stranger missions in free roam, you'll roam around, and occasionally you'll see a white dot pop up, and that's a dynamic. Now, not all the dynamics will reward you in gold. A lot of them will reward you in money, though. So on occasion, you may end up doing like a stranger rescue or escort mission, and upon completion of those specific dynamic missions, you'll get a few nuggets of gold as well. Maybe like 8 nuggets, but at the end of the day, it all adds up. Now, a lot of you have been introduced to Horley and the Land of Opportunity missions, and you earn XP as well as money, and of course, you will earn gold doing the Land of Opportunity missions. So you definitely want to do these, and you can always go into quick jobs in order to grind the Land of Opportunities. It's a very PvE-focused type of missions if you're into that sort of thing. So we'll talk more about that in just a second. Also, while you're in free roam, on occasion when you're roaming around, you will see a free roam event pop up on the left screen. It'll be in a purple font. And if it's something that interests you, like a fishing challenge or salvage or condor egg or manhunt, or there's a variety of them, like trader routes and some others. A lot of them are PvP focused, but they will once again reward you XP, money, as well as gold for doing those free roam events. And they pop up, I think, it's like every 20 minutes now, 20, 45 minutes, somewhere in that window you'll see one pop up. And you don't have to do them, but it's definitely another way for you to earn money, XP, as well as gold doing the free roam events. And if you want to know how to quickly get into some of these events, not the free roam events, but the Land of Opportunity missions, as well as some of the PvP action. If you're into PvP, you can earn money, gold in that as well, like Showdown Series, Gun Rush, Elimination, Horse Racing, etc. You can simply go to Quick Join, and then you'll see different options of the Takeover Series, Shootout Series, Featured Series, Elimination Series, Race Series. These are all PvP, but these will all award you a certain amount of money, XP, as well as gold, depending on how well you do in one of these PvP activities. And for PvE players, and you simply just want to jump into a random Land of Opportunities mission, you can simply go into Story Mission on Call. So all these will earn you money, XP, as well as gold. Not a lot, but over time, it will add up, and it's another good way to earn gold in the game. All right, so this is a free roam event, one of my favorites, Salvage. It's great for collectors. And along with collecting items, you will be able to earn some money, as well as, depending on how well you do, you're also going to earn a little bit of gold doing this specific free roam event. So there's free roam events that pop up throughout Reddit online, like I mentioned. You're going to see a few here and there pop up. Some of them you may like doing, some of them you may not like doing so much. You might as well try them out. If you don't like it, next time that specific one pops up, just don't ever do it again. Just be like, nope, I'm going to be avoiding that dynamic event. But there may be some that you actually enjoy doing. So, you might as well try them out. See if you like them. And as a collector who likes looting and collecting items and selling them to Madame Desire for money, I definitely love doing salvage. Now, sometimes you do good at salvage, sometimes you do kind of bad. But we're going to go ahead and jump ahead. We'll see how well I do, and it'll be a comparison to how much or how little gold I end up getting, depending on how well or poorly I place doing this specific free roam event. Okay, so I found 13 collectibles. I got, some other items from the reward pass, which is also popping up. $25 from doing this particular free roam event. And we're going to see how I did in the rankings. So, like I said, free roam events, another great way to earn money, XP, as well as gold in the game. I came in second place, not too bad. And I got a little bit of gold, not a lot, a few nuggets, but, it all adds up in the long run. For all of you bounty hunters out there grinding the bounty hunting role, good news, on top of earning XP along with roll XP towards ranking up the bounty hunter role for you, and money, you also earn gold grinding bounties as well as legendary bounties, from the low-level bounties to mid-tier bounties to more difficult bounties, as well as the legendary bounties. All 10 legendary bounties will also earn you money as well as XP, roll XP towards bounty hunting, and yes, you will also earn gold doing the legendary bounties too. So bounty hunting will also earn you gold. Not so much, but similar to some of the other roles, it's about the grind, and in the long run, it all adds up as long as you're wise with how you spend your gold. Okay, so there is another way you can get gold, but in my opinion, it's the worst way, but it's your money. So let's go to the store. So just like with most online games, there is a bit of microtransactions, and this game is no exception. So, and to the store we go. So you have shark cards in Grand Theft Auto Online, and you have loot boxes and other things in other games, V-Bucks. In Reddit Online, we have another way for you to earn gold, and you don't really earn it, you buy it. And look, if it's your money, right? If you want to spend money buying gold bars, it's your money. I do not pass judgment on anyone else how they choose to spend your money. But FYI, if you feel so inclined, if you have the money and you got your bills paid, you got food on the table, all of your other needs taken care of, and you just want to not grind, you just want to get all the roles out of the way, like the trader, bounty hunter, collector, moonshiner's role. You just want to go ahead and pay all that off, which would be approximately, what would that be, 70 gold? 70 bars of gold for all four? Yeah, I think so. Plus additional 40 bars of gold that you will get back from the Outlaw Pass if you actually do, like I mentioned, all 100 ranks. If you max it out, you get all your gold back. So that's a good thing about the Outlaw Pass. It just requires dedication and grinding every day in order to get through it. Now, the temptation for some of you out there to go to the store and do it this way is understandable. But at the same time, I think most of you, as long as you play the game on a regular basis and are grinding the daily challenges, as well as everything else we talked about, the free roam stranger missions, dynamics that pop up, as well as the free roam events that you're interested in, land of opportunity missions, bounties, legendary bounties for bounty hunters, and for those of you into the PvP, grinding the showdowns, gun rushes, all the different PvPs. Ultimately, you will earn enough gold to get the roles you want, as well as participate in the Outlaw Pass. All right, so here's another free roam event that's popped up. I'm not really a fan of King of the Castle, but you may be more inclined to play it. So if you like some of the free roam events, try them out. You earn some XP, money, and a little bit of gold, like I mentioned. So, like I said, I don't pass judgment on those of you that choose to spend money on microtransactions. It's entirely up to you. But some advice I will give you when it comes to gold in the game, just like with the money, it's way easier to earn money now in Red Dead Online, especially if you start off with the collector role. You can just roam around the map collecting items, selling them to Madame Nazar. By the way, in the satchel, whenever you loot enemy NPCs, you will also find, see for example, golden teeth. Now, when it comes to golden teeth and anything that is gold, no, you don't get golden nuggets for selling gold-plated buckles, golden pocket watches, or gold teeth. I don't know why the gold teeth is in the collections category. I think that's a fluke. All this can be sold, by the way. The lootable items can be sold to fences. So fences, usually pretty easy to find with this icon. There's one in Rhodes, one in Saint Denis. There's one at Emerald Station, at the ranch there in Emerald Ranch, as well as Thieves Landing. That's a different item than the collectibles. The collectibles, of course, can be sold to Madame Nazar, who likes to move around. She's a gypsy. She likes to move around. But once again, you cannot earn gold by selling collectibles to Madame Nazar, but you do earn money. So money, considerably easier to earn in Red Dead Online than gold. But some parting advice for you is simply just keep your daily streaks going. Keep doing as many as you can do every day, and you'll get that multiplier up to 50 bars of gold a daily for 28 plus days. And be on the lookout for treasure maps, through various ways, as we talked about. Every 5 ranks you get a new treasure map that you can get through your lockbox or the post office, through looting enemy NPCs at gang hideouts, or just looting enemy NPCs in general. On rare occasions, we'll give you treasure maps. You'll also get lootable items to sell at the fence, collectibles to sell to Madame Nazar, and be on the lookout as well for the treasure hunters and treasure maps that happen to pop up on trees here and there, whenever you're exploring and traveling around the map of Red Dead Online. And on occasion, there will be some login rewards that Rockstar will do, which will reward you a treasure map whenever you happen to log in. And you also do earn some treasure maps through Outlaw Passes. So, when it comes to the gold, be wise how you spend your gold, okay? Just be wise about it. There are definitely a lot of items in this game that cost gold only. Like we mentioned, some hats, some coats, some clothing items, customization for your guns, like gun medals, for example. A few of the horses are gold only. You have to decide what you want and what you need when it comes to how you spend your gold. Now, a lot of the items in the game are optional, where you can spend money or gold on specific items. And whenever you have the option, I would recommend most of the time just spend cash or save up the cash in order to buy that particular item that you want. Like, always try to be mindful about what you're spending your gold on. And in time, as long as you're grinding the daily challenges, getting the treasure maps, finding the gold, as well as doing all the other activities that will reward you a little bit of gold here and there, you will eventually mass up a pretty decent amount of gold for your character in Red Dead Online. And just remember what really matters when it comes to the gold is getting those rolls. Like, for example, the Trader, Bounty Hunter, Collector, the newest one, the Moonshiner roll. Those all cost gold in order to start off with them. And, of course, the Outlaw Pass. And once again, upon completion of Outlaw Passes, reaching maximum rank within the deadline, you will obviously get your gold back. And it's always good to continue grinding and earning money as well as gold towards future updates, because Rockstar is going to continue adding updates to the game, new content, new items. Some of them, yes, will be gold specific, and sometimes there may be a hat that you really want that you are willing to spend gold on, or a horse or something else, and that's perfectly fine. It's your gold, but there's also going to be future rolls down the road as well that are going to cost gold, and future Outlaw Passes. So you always want to be mindful about the future, what's on the horizon, and just keep grinding, keep earning the gold as well as the money. And before long, you will have more than enough gold as well as money to make it in Red Dead Online.